Hello everybody, this is Lila in Hawaii. I thought I'd have a bit of fun. I've got an hour to spare this afternoon. It's a Sunday and everything's pretty quiet outside. Normally there's some construction and it's not easy to film because there's quite a noise. Anyway, thought I'd have a little fun with you and show you just some ideas to tempt you, maybe not tempt you, but I'm going to open some boxes. This is like Pandora's box. This is one of my boxes I made a while back, and it unties with a ribbon, and inside there might be something. Let me see. First of all, I'll back it up and you can see the lid. That's the lid of it with a rose that I made in some old lace. And inside, let's see, what have we got here? I don't know. Oh, first of all, this is an altered little coin purse, and that was, I think, in the current Haute handbags from Stampington or Somerset. So that's one of the purses that I had in there, and it was a recycled idea. So this was just an old coin purse that I picked up somewhere along the way years ago, and it was in really good condition. Has a nice little pocket inside. The lining's very nice. The outside was very nice. So I just collaged it with some lace and a picture and some beads and so forth. A little tassel on the bottom. And sent that in. That was published along with another one that I made with old lace, which I don't have anymore. So that's that. And inside here, I always put big boxes like this. I put a ribbon just to hold things if they get tipped upside down or something. And this is a beading kit. I actually made this a while ago, and I was really in my really strong beading phase. I still bead a lot. You probably know that if you look at my designs. But this was a special beading kit that I made for a magazine, and it was published in Australia. So I did a nice embroidery on there with two women, and there's actual embroidery and lace on the images, and I printed it onto silk, and then I surrounded them all with lace and beading and some trims and so forth. And then when you open, this is my own design, by the way, it ties with a silk ribbon, and when you open it, it has three parts to it. So this is the first part, and this would be where you would keep needles, I decided. So I put some lamb's wool that I dyed, New Zealand lamb's wool, and you would put your needles there, and that stops them getting rusted. And that's very important for beading. And then you need beading needles, and those are generally long needles and very thin, and preferably the same width all the way along. This is actually a bigger one that I put in here just for show. On this side, you're supposed to tie your beading thread on there. It says thread, but I didn't tie any on because it's not necessary, you know, get the idea. And here we have a pocket, and this is where you can keep your beads. Tubes of beads, preferably. I like those clear plastic tubes when it's something like this, and I usually will put inside the selection of colors and types, and then I'm all set if I go traveling somewhere. When you open up the other side, you have a beading mat. And the beading mat is sort of like that fleece blanket material, but you buy it as a beading mat, and I bought this at one of my local shops years ago, and I just stitched it on there with some trim around the side. And I love this because when you tip the beads out onto it, they don't roll all over the place, and you can sort of scoop them up when you're through, and it works out very nicely. So that's that little object that's in there. This actually does not belong in there, but I put it in there for fun. This I normally keep in there. I'm thinking I better sell it because I haven't used it for a while, And it's so pretty. I'd love someone who really gets into beading to enjoy it more. So I'm just going to close this, and I'll just give you a little more overview of the top of the box. I used some hand-dyed satin, and on the background I printed some French script. Here I've put a picture of a woman. She's from, Victorian times. Printed her onto satin, and then I surrounded that with ribbon, embroidery, and some lace. Of course, I've printed the word forever there. Did that on the computer and printed off onto some silk. And down we come, and this is just sort of a little cascade of ribbons ruched up with some silk ribbon embroidery. On this side, there's a bow made of organza and sort of some sprigs of flowers. These are French knots and beads. I don't know if you can see those or not. Down here, of course, is my name and some more beading. And on this side is a metal piece that I really liked, and I thought it went in with the theme. It's a flower on a sort of a background piece, and underneath it I scrunched up some vintage lace. And that just sort of sets off the whole thing and sets the mood, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to make a few more of these videos, so keep looking. Bye for now.